BHP, yes, Bhp Billiton is going all the way to the ground. Yes, Bhp Billiton has been one of the biggest companies in Australia for a long time, and have given you a decent dividend for a good long time as well. But is the stock going downwards? Are they absolutely disappointing? We're getting into some value times here. Well, in this video, you're going to understand about the key metrics. We're going to look at a lot of things through revenue, net profit, earnings per share, the dividend, free cash flow, return on invested capital, market cap, and so much more in this video. So you understand this company deep down, what the financials are like. And if you stay right to the end, I will give you possible intrinsic value for the company so you can do some more research before you invest into any stock. Invest at your own risk. Let's get to it. Bhp Billiton. Let's straight off look at the stock right here, right now. Revenue in 2023 has dropped to 53 billion from 65 billion in 2022. So that's not a good sign. When most companies are seeing revenue rise, this company's going backwards. Not good. And it continues with a net profit of 12.9 billion in 2023, down from 2022's numbers of 30.9 billion. So scratching your head about this company at the moment, folks. Is there some good intrinsic value, or has it already dropped so much that maybe there's a chance to invest? We're going to have to continue right to the end to find out. If we look at the 52-week high, so the stock price is roughly around $43, time of recording. Could be different now, but this is just to give you an example. With a high as high as $50 and down to 36, so we're up middle range for the year at the moment. The PE ratio of 11, so that's very good. This company is solid. Looks like it's not going to be going anywhere quickly. If we look at the dividend, $2.61 dividend for about 5.9% annual yield. Beautiful. Short interest in this company is very low. One thing I had interesting when I found out about this company is that if we look at held by insiders, something like only 0.25% held by the insiders. So the insiders have got nothing to do with this company. Institutions have 33.7%. I found that interesting. I'm not sure whether that's wrong on the figures from what I've read, from what I found. If that's wrong, maybe it's wrong, but it sounds ridiculous to be that low. But it means that more institutions are in this company and retail investors. So that's just an interesting mix there. I thought about that one. Very interesting. If we look at assets versus liabilities. Now, assets of 101 billion to total liabilities of 52 billion, which is very good to see, and it's very positive if you are in this company that the assets are higher than liabilities. I still like it to be about 3x if you can get it to there, but not many companies get there. But that's why the best companies are 3x. Free cash flow at the moment is $12 billion. Yes. And the long-term debt's 19 billion. I had a few different figures that I've read for this one, but we're going to go with the 19 billion. So within a year and a half, well, I mean, not a year and a half, they could, if they made that free cash flow next year, they only take them a year to pay off the full long-term debt, if that's what they want to do. Return on invested capital of 18%. Yes, folks, 18%. That's pretty good. So this company does give you good value for its investment in capital. Shares outstanding, 2.53 billion. So they have been diluting you over the last few years, so that's probably not a good thing. Bhp Billiton, so some work to do there, so that's something they will need to work on. But anywho, let's get to a bear case on this company. The bear case on the company. So we're looking at the iron ore has been dropping, but it seems to have got a bit better lately. The Chinese part of the business has struggled for a while as they go into a little bit of a recession. So there's a few issues on that And at that point, obviously, the net profit and revenue going down is not good. And if it continued to go down and down and down, then this company's dividend becomes unaffordable, and then you start going there, and the free cash flow falls up. That's where you start looking at a bit of issues. But on the other side, with the chemicals, with supplying of the copper, for instance, the price is likely to go up because there's going to be a limited range to buy the copper. So if you have a lot of copper and there's a lot of demand, and you have a lot of the supply, then obviously money. So obviously, yeah, it's a positive for this company to continue to look at growth. I think the company has probably slowed down, obviously, as you can see. Can they bounce back in 2024? That's probably another question you're going to have to ask yourself at home. Is this stock going to be really turning it around in 2024? Is it going to continue the downside if we go into recession? Not looking good for there. But sometimes the commodities go up when the recessions are here anyway. So that's probably something to think about. But let's get to it. This is what you've all been here for. Yes, we're going to try and look at the intrinsic value maybe of this company. And this is just a simple calculator. You can get more complex ones, but this is on Trade Brains. Check it up if you want to learn about the grams calculator. It's just a basic simple calculator just to give you an idea of what the intrinsic value could be. So we're going to look at a share price of $43 with the earnings per share, which is currently around $4. And first off, a growth rate of 5%. You are looking at a $77 intrinsic value. But what I often do with stocks like this, to pay a dividend, you've got to put that into account and you've got to drop it from there. So if we look at the next one, at the same metrics but 10% growth, you're looking at around 118 a stock. And then if somehow the EPS flew up by 8% or the growth rate by 20%, doesn't matter which way you do it, the stock doubles from there to 237. So if you want that bull case scenario and absolutely smashes that out of the park, the stock can really fly up for you. But to nearly a 3x. So what is that even possible? Because BHP hasn't looked like a company that's going to do that. Well, if you're looking at the downturn of what's been happening with the stock, you've got to probably scratch your head a little bit. If I was going to be looking at where the stock is right now, in terms of where it is and where its history has been, you'd probably want to get it at half the stock. If you can get it around $20, if you can get it at that price, then it's really, really probably safe to make sure you're going to make money. But buying it at the current price, I think you'll do okay. Would it smash it out to $200? I don't see it. But in saying that, if they can become consistently profitable, if you think this company is one of those that can get better profits every single year, and this is just a short-term fix, then obviously this is a stock maybe you could buy. To me, it's got too many question marks, although it looks promising. But when I look at the intrinsic value, when you got a dividend, you've got to probably put a $10, $20 off the stock at least, because a lot of their profit is going to that. So that's where I look at the intrinsic value of this calculator, and then take the dividends and anything else off it. So yeah, to me, I would probably just sit and wait. If it went to $20, it's definitely a stock you do more research on and then maybe invest, because it's not financial advice. Invest at your own risk. But yes, Bhp Billiton is a possible one that could maybe double your money in the long term, but it probably will take a while for it to absolutely do that. It's going to be some little short-term pain for long-term gain. But if it drops down, maybe it's a good time to maybe do some more research and maybe look at investing. But thank you so much for joining me here at Barry Charles, your one-stop shop for everything finance. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, and I will be back with another video very shortly. I have 3 videos a week. So have a great day out there, my friend.